Easy.
Hey, no, you too.
Yeah, for you. Hey, my computer.
You.
Sit. Here you go.
Tali ayaw computer.
Go for it. This is for you. Are we live?
Yeah, we live. Bula.
Bula Vinaka, everybody in the world. Yes. That's how you start alive. Oh yeah. It's so delicious. Oh my gosh. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Jonathan. And this live stream is coming to you from Fiji, from Vanuatu, which is Fiji's second largest island to the north. And so I moved here in 2020 with my family to start some businesses and create some job opportunities. And we've ran into some really cool people along the way. And so we've done social media. We've utilized social media to try to build a following so that we could do some of these exciting things. So thank you guys for joining. This is On the Mat, and we're going to get into some hot takes and current events, relationship stuff. Whatever you guys want to talk about, put it down in the comments right now. Bula Vinaka.
Bula.
Bula.
Ay, si Yos? Boy, sini.
Oh. Whew. We were doing some filming before this. And I mixed that for probably, 20 minutes? A long time.
Yeah. This fella.
Here comes
Sini to this fella.
Here comes the boss.
Yeah. Bula sene meli.
Oh,
Long time.
Bula, long time. Indeed, long time.
Bula. This guy's name is so unique. Boss.
No, boys.
Boss. From No Sorry.
You know, we need to find Bula Boss. We need to find just a sponsor just to like the boys can make money every day here playing rugby.
Get paid well trained.
I mean, how much do you think it would take for boys to show up to training every day, like if they make a wage? Like, I'm talking like minimum. If you told the guys like you make $20 a day to train, play rugby, do you think people would?
Makan dua.
Like it's only $20. Like that's.
Oh yeah.
And this is not a.
That's
Huh?
That $20 goes a long way for them.
I'm just thinking like not as a job, but like as a way to get kids like off of the streets, or I mean the streets, the street in Seganga. Get kids off the street. Do you think that would work?
Yeah.
We're looking for sponsors to get kids off the street, and so we have a 25-man squad, and so that means we need $250 a day, or we could call it $1,000 a week. So $4,000 to $5,000 a month to sponsor our new rugby team. So if you're interested, just DM us. You're doing a good service. You're keeping kids off the street. That would actually be pretty cool, and that would be something that I would love to do. That'd be really fun.
Like that's what those police officers were saying
What?
since the starting of this dance tournament.
Yeah.
Like the boys,
The crime?
yeah, like the less boys around the depot.
Really?
Yeah. Like before.
So there's a. Or explain to everybody. You can explain, or you want me to explain? Corey wants me to explain. Surprise! There's a tens tournament. So rugby has three forms. The most common is 15s. Second most would be sevens, so 7 people on each side, and then tens, which is kind of like a hybrid of the two. So 10 people on each side. There's a tens tournament that was happening weekly in a village just down the road from us, and so what he was saying is that the police officers in town actually said there was a big change in the number of people just like mucking around, roaming the street, eh?
Yeah.
Because there were so many teams. How many teams was there?
20.
More than 20, eh? Yeah. And so with all of these teams competing, that meant there was a lot of boys that were playing rugby and not wasting their time, you know, running around, drinking, doing drugs and stuff like that. And actually, probably the opposite, which is really great, is they were training and being part of a group and being held accountable and all the stuff that comes with sports. And so, yeah, something to think about as far as I think we overcomplicate things a lot in life, and I think in business we do too. And it would be a pretty simple marketing opportunity for a business to be like, hey, I would want to be part of something that gets kids off the street. And like, sure, you know, if you have like a business and you throw some money at a team that has boys that come out every so often, and they come out, they get paid, and it becomes something that kids actually want to show up to because there's actually some sort of reward, because it's hard to get that consistent showing. But
Like now when the game stopped,
crime goes up.
yeah, like the people go drink the depot
Yeah.
during the weekend.
Way more. Yeah, actually, because when there's people, like when everybody's doing the tournament, like nobody's drinking on Friday night,
No,
right? Like, because everybody's like trying to be fresh for
yeah,
Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah. And then Sunday's church.
Oh, we can do that. Every 10 tournament
What?
instead of waiting for Korhuli to.
Do it here?
Yeah.
On this ground?
Yeah, man. Drop goal nga. Drop goal nga. Being on the carry.
What do you mean? Like start our own tournament?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
Instead of don't know when it's gonna continue again.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that you have to get.
They have to take care of the ground first. To, like if we do it, we can just use the
Secondary?
secondary school.
Yeah. No, I want to do something like that. It's just a matter of having the right people around us. Because we have the brand and we have the platform. So we could live stream, we could
Can do
do a lot of fun things if we did a sevens tournament or a tens tournament. That would be awesome.
16 teams, $150. The like the last tens that we have. It's $150 is the
Entry fee
entry fee.
per team.
It was like
Wasn't it 50?
before.
Yeah.
Then the third week it was 150.
Really? Wow.
But still, teams are coming out to play.
Well, no, it's good because the more
And the
more money, the more the prize money.
prize money is 600.
Yeah.
And the what called it runners up, the second team, 300.
Right. Yeah, well, like I guess like so if you say if you had 10's team, you have 15 people on each team. Each person has to give $10 to enter the tournament. But instead of winning 300, you win 600.
600.
So then each of you takes home, what's 600 divided by 15? 20? Yeah, right? We're doing live calculations here. 40. Oh yeah, 40. So you would invest like more money, like as a player, but your multiplied like outcome would be way higher
Yeah.
if you win, right? Yeah.
If
you
you
win.
win,
But that's the goal. You play to win.
to win.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was from Istanbul, Turkey.
Whoa.
What are you doing in Istanbul?
Susan Ma Sinia Bulasia from South Canterbury, New Zealand.
Lere.
It's all the sponsors.
Kampanua, greetings from PNG. Take mana tu?
Yeah, because he missed his
Yung
first
ko lang
one.
mikir, may yung karapin
Oi,
nga.
oi, oi, oi.
Huh?
oi.
You're not doing it? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no training today.
Yeah.
No.
Holiday mataka.
No, just one basin. You know how we usually do it? Yeah.
Lay. Kayo ito na kamos.
3 days in a row.
Really?
It's the 4th day.
I like it.
Friday.
Shoot.
So,
Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
boleh naka.
Is he fast?
Ati ko bukan kan may pamalo muri.
After this, you two challenge man, you two.
Yeah, right. There. Now you can be the driver.
Boh.
So tasty. So delicious.
Each player has a box of beer at the end of the tournament.
Yeah, sure.
Yo.
Dua.
Box of beer each.
Take it straight to Ramjatan.
Yeah,
Keep this money. Keep this $600.
that's
We'll
probably
come
where
back
most of
and
it
ask
goes,
for
eh?
it. Huh?
That's where most of it goes, I think, eh?
Yeah.
Drinks.
That's the sportsman's beer after sports. Eh?
Yeah, it's true. Hey, we already.
Tal-tal.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Kapor sarang nung tunggu nung dula.
So is what do you think? So boss was asking, what do you think about the progression of Fiji Sevens team?
Okay, good question. Yeah, because so congratulations to Fiji Sevens, and the boys for just a solid performance. It was really cruisy, I thought. It just like the team just flowed all weekend. There was, yeah, I think they just hit a stride this weekend.
Yeah.
And sometimes as a team, you get into the zone and they just had a really good tournament. Anybody who's played sports will know that. And so it's not always like that, but you just enjoy it when it happens. And so our players are always trying their best. I mean, you see like what happens when people try their best, like a team like Kenya this weekend, right? Make it all the way to the finals.
Boy, yeah.
And so, like it's
The water is high.
tie right now.
Yeah. Ooh. Very high.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Steph, the river's really high right now. Corey said, really high
And it's very
Yeah.
dirty.
and super dirty.
Yeah, no swimming.
No swimming today, boys. Sorry, but I thought the guys did a really good job.
Boy, that's a
But did you see
huge turnover, man, from the last game.
Yeah,
And just
It's like what we used to see in Fiji. Like kami nung to mutin ranya.
just all of a sudden, like both the teams went down, and Kenya and Fiji were up,
right.
like Argentina and France.
Well,
Yeah.
it's funny when you watch Argentina and Fiji, the last 3 seconds or 5 seconds, and Argentina want to like drop goal.
Oh
and
yeah,
They
yeah.
want to score again.
That was smart, eh?
Smart, but it's just too late.
Yeah, but if they had had a couple more seconds,
Yeah.
it would have worked.
But the drop goal didn't go through. Missed.
Yeah, it missed. Yeah, I think they needed like extra 2 seconds or something like that.
In that game too, was that who's that guy? Felipe Soturanga, that
Yeah.
pass.
Oh, the no look behind the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
There was another guy who did that in Super Rugby or Top 14
I
last
think
week.
it's last week. But
Yeah.
before it was William Mata.
No, this was a white guy. Yeah, I can't remember. I think it was Top 14. But yeah, I mean, Fijian fans are so flaky. Like, we complain and then they win and we're big fans again, and then they lose and then we hate everybody and fire the coach and get rid of Motin Nazangi because he's old, and then it's like
But
everybody just needs to like
Magnarang was very good.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny when he was like when he talks after the game.
Oh yeah, or we can bug him because he's
Then you want to say something to the fan? Now whenever we can.
afraid to talk in English.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big stage.
It's just like full smiling and.
He was a captain, right? This weekend, yeah. So I was impressed. Good job. Good job.
A lot of people joining in right now.
What's up, everybody? Thank you guys.
Bullock, this is Paul Balawa. A question from Paul.
Hey, sweet. Yeah, you guys drop your questions before we get to the question with Paul. Drop your question. The whole purpose of us doing this live is that we can hang out with you guys. We're sitting right here. We're sitting here right now in the middle of Vanuatu up in Seganga, and we want to do this to interact with you guys from around the world. So let us know what you want to hear, what you guys want to talk about. So Paul.
Yeah.
Paul Pineapple.
Paul Pineapple.
Sorry.
Yeah, Balawa.
Vanuatu.
Would you open a shop here in Nusuri? Because your brand is well known throughout here.
Yeah, I mean, I think yeah, one day we'll be coming to Suva. I know I've said that, and things have looked like they're gonna happen sooner than later. Like couple or a few years ago, we were like, we're coming to Suva, and then it didn't happen. Some things changed, and then the atmosphere in Suva really changed, and so just the way that we set up our life and the way that we've shared it with you guys, with our sons and stuff like that. Uh, I just don't know if Suva is the right place for our family right now, and so I would feel uncomfortable with the situation. With, you see all the the drugs and the gangs and the fights and the lack of privacy. I just don't know if I want that for us at this time. Um, yeah, not the lack of privacy, like lack of privacy because there's people with bad intentions, and the city's concentrated. So lots of good people, but also lots of bad people. And so I just don't know if Suva is the right place for us right now. But yeah, we will open a store there one day. We're in conversations, but these conversations are conversations that will take a long time to come to fruition. And it's not because people are afraid or need convincing. It's because we're timing everything so that we don't do something before it should be done, and we can do something in a big way. So, like I'm talking about, finding the right piece of property, building the right building, starting, like doing like just. I don't just want to do something that's you can find somewhere else. Like it should be one of a kind, and so there's some places in Suva that do that. Like some restaurants, there's some shops, there's some different uh, attractions and businesses like that, and I want to be one of those. Like when you walk in, you're like, wow, this is cool. I don't just want to be in some rundown shop that I rent for like bottom dollar. So yes, we will be coming, Paul. We will be coming.
Bula bula pela
Pella,
bula re
Pella, Pella.
pela nga pela.
Eh?
Yo,
Sevunivalkau.
siapa ni balik kau?
Congratulations, Pella. I saw all the pictures from everybody celebrating.
Bula se.
Yeah, Constable.
Bula se.
Willa constipated.
Yo, constipated. Oh, and Rob's in the chat. He's saying hello.
Rob.
Rob,
Drip?
friend. Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Rob? Okay. Man, so much to say about Rob. But before we get to that, I'll show you guys some pictures from. Oh, here.
Is that Pella?
Yeah, here's some pictures from. I don't know. Can people see it? Let me clip this on here. So, yeah, so they did like a big get together for Pella's graduation. And so Dad was frying fish, and then frying the fish.
Hey, beta.
Beta. Oh, is this Walker Sulu's
Yeah, Walker Sulu.
Pella in what? Salu?
Selalu.
Yeah. Yeah, so Mom said, so this was like some of the gathering there. And then, what did Mom say? There was 27 kids and adults at the Lumas. That's a
Oi.
lot of people, man.
Oh, you guys had it at
At Beta's house.
Beta?
Yeah.
Oh,
See all the people.
we see Fijians.
See?
And you
Wait,
brought
there?
a grog from here. Huh?
Maybe. I think so. They must have been using the grog from here.
Oh,
Yeah.
you wacky.
Yeah. Because Billy still has like 4 kilos there. So that's cool. Anyways, guys, Pella, we just went through, I think it was 6 months of training with I think it's at the Royal Canadian Mounted Police Academy. So that's like our federal police, but they're integrated with, or the city of Saskatoon sends all the city police recruits to do that training at that center. And so I think it's 6 months. And so he graduated a couple months ago, and then I think he's now in a squad car with a partner. And I think I think Pella's, you can clarify Pella, I think his squad part or like his partner is an ex NFL player or CFL player. Like Pella's big, so if you get a guy who is in like playing professional football and Pella, like knocking at your door,
Dude, Bob.
like those guys, you'd be like, "Yes, I have the drugs in the toilet." Yeah, so, dude. But the problem is, with two big black dudes, is that they're gonna send them to all, like all the white dudes are gonna be like, send those guys. You know, right? Yeah, they're like the battering ram or what, like, you know, they'd be like,
Robbery, send them.
yeah, send those guys. Yeah. Pella. Like any dangerous like thing that they have to go to.
People fighting the. Send those guys.
So,
They should have their own like cop car maybe.
but saying
black
they finish at 5 a.m.
Tama ni. Oh yeah, because you guys were watching the game, eh? The game. Finish from 5 and then start your shift at 6, eh?
Yeah.
Easy.
But then
They said those guys.
so bad news for beauty pageant contestants in the Ivory Coast, eh? I just saw on FBC.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see the first. Ivory Coast is a country in Africa, so we're gonna see the first Caucasian winner of the beauty pageant there because they're no longer allowed to wear wigs. So if you're a white girl and you want to win a beauty pageant and you can't win a beauty pageant anywhere, you might want to go and contest in Ivory Coast,
Where you can wear wig.
where they're not allowed to wear wigs.
Wear wigs. Oh.
But I'm pretty sure it's a big thing. I mean, I know it's a big thing in the black community.
Yeah, wigs.
Is the wearing of wigs, and like apparently it's causing a big uproar right now.
Oh.
Like, you know, I mean, if you want to look at like pros and cons and like where you might have an advantage, I mean, go and enter for beauty pageant in Ivory Coast, because there's a lot of upset black chicks right now.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, dude, imagine that. You're just bald and you're like no extensions, no wigs. They're like, oh shoot. But the reason I brought that up was because it is cool. I'm not really into the fashion scene in Fiji or anything, but it is cool that the Mbuinga is actually something that I think a fair number of models actually adopt. And because the weird part about it is that like a lot of black girls don't have naturally long straight hair, and they gotta really like do like heaps of like chemical treatments to like make it straight. So I think what's cool about the stuff that happens in Fiji is that like you can actually have your natural hair and still win a beauty pageant. It's not about having like long flowing hair, which isn't even natural for you.
Like Pella.
Like Pella,
He said,
yeah.
I can go and contest with my hair.
Yes, you can. Yes.
Anti cow night.
And sini kau. Wait, Pella, look at this fella.
Can you guys explain that? It's the
You can just wait for the Hibiscus Festival and you can come and compete in the anti cow night.
that's the evening. That's the evening for
All
the talented men.
Wait,
Eh?
That's for the Level
Hey,
girls.
come on, ban him.
Saya ketemu Pella. Saya balik tawang dulu. Atau sampai kontes tika yo hair. Yo balik tawang dulu.
Ouch. Ouch, baby.
Mama.
Oh, actually, interesting thing that happened today. I just read that, or I didn't read. I listened to a video while I was working out. That Beast Mode, who is another creator in Fiji, he just announced that he's starting his own political party
No way.
called the Next Generation Alliance Party. And so you guys can go check out his platform and see what that's all about. And so it's party for the next gen, obviously, it's for the youth of Fiji. And so he, in his the video that I was listening to while I was doing calf raises, it was something along the lines of he feels like there isn't there's not enough representation of youth in the parliament, and so he would like that to be. And he said like something along the lines of like we are Fiji's future, so he would like to even that out a little bit, and he really cares about like the grassroots and agriculture and forestry. That I think forestry is his background, and so yeah, next gen alliance party. But apparently they need like 5,000 signatures, I think, to get started or to register their party. So the name is registered, but now they actually need to register, I think, with the elections office or something like that. And so shout out to him. I think that's a big step. I don't know exactly I don't know all the ins and outs. I'm not a political guy. But this is the kind of thing that really defines your life. And in a small country like Fiji, it's a really good way to make a lot of enemies. And so I don't think it's something that he's probably come to, without thinking very long and hard about it. And so, yeah, I hope it goes well for him. I don't really follow politics that closely.
Yeah.
But pretty big step. I just know that because he was saying that he gets lots of messages from people asking him to start a party, and that he should be in the parliament and stuff like that. But a lot of times social media can be fleeting, and people can send messages, and then when it comes to voting time, they wouldn't actually vote for you. So just I hope that all the people that have sent these messages to him and encouraged him to do this, that you guys support him in this. And so I met Beast once. I think he came to the coffee shop. Seemed like a nice enough guy. I don't really know him that well, but big step from creator to constitutional guard. Right? That's kind of what you do as a politician, right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guard the Constitution.
Yeah.
And
You guide it
yeah,
and follow it.
and follow it. We're just trying to rhyme,
Well, you've heard that there's 14 new proposed parties, eh?
14.
14 new,
Oh, okay.
new parties. They've applied.
Really?
Yeah. The new applicants for the proposed parties. You want me to read them? Because I remember this was going. I think it was just last week or the other week.
Is your mic on?
Yeah, it's on.
Oh.
It was going around on Twitter,
Yeah.
and everybody's just making just
What about me?
comments about the parties.
Oh, okay.
The name of the parties.
I just got my Twitter login back, actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody
2 months later.
hacked in your account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I know everybody's been like, "Oh my gosh, what happened to Walking Dad on Twitter?"
Yeah.
I'm back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm better than ever. Right?
So the names are that 14, the new ones.
Okay.
Fiji Constitution Conservative Party,
FCCP. No, FCCP.
FCCP,
Yeah.
Liberation of Fiji Party.
You know what we should do while we do this is we should have me and Corey are gonna come up with like how would you like what hand gestures would you make, So what's the first one?
FCCP.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, FCCP. Or you do like
Go.
okay, next one.
Hearts with Vision.
Huh?
Hearts with Vision. Vision.
Huh?
Cornerstone Vision Party.
Oh. Cornerstone Vision Party. Next.
Next. One United Republican.
Huh?
One United Republican. Our. So our.
Yeah.
That's for short. Our.
Hey,
Hey, hey.
Okay, kids, huh? Hey!
One people's party.
Huh?
One people's party.
One people's. No, like this. Like you say one, like one, and then.
One touch. Yeah.
Okay.
What's that painting? What's that painting? The one who's like reaching out like this. You know, that's all-
Yeah, like the Jesus hand.
Oh yeah.
But it's like a really like the hands really like. Yeah, okay.
One
One double P.
Fijian's first party. So
Oh,
they
that's
just
the
twist.
Fiji first,
I
eh?
think this is the Fiji first. Yeah.
Fiji first party, the new one.
Yeah. Fijian's first party. You go. Servant of all party.
Huh?
Servant of all party.
Servant of all party.
In short form, soup.
Oi. Servant of all parties.
Soup. Soup.
No, soup.
Soap.
Soup.
Soup.
SOAP.
Yeah.
Servant of all party.
Oh, soup.
So
No, this, yeah.
yeah. Solidarity Fiji. And yeah. It's just Next Gen Alliance Party, People First, Fiji National Congress, National Greens Party, Kingdom Fiji.
Kingdom Fiji.
Yeah.
Oh, is that run by Grace Road?
I don't know.
You got to take a look at that party. You don't know about Kingdom Fiji.
But the acronym for that party, SOAP, like, wait, who comes up with this? Is so unique. Like, when I was reading it, and a lot of people agree with this on Twitter, they was like, hey, I feel like all these names are all ChatGPT.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. They could be. I bet you they are.
really worked hard on it. Just, giving ChatGPT.
There's some comment there.
Yeah.
14 parties for a country with less than 1 million population. Even more big countries only have 2 parties for election.
Exactly, man. This is 14 parties on top of how many parties before? There were already parties.
I don't know actually. How many?
Hope, People's Alliance, and Fiji First no more. Sodelpa,
Really?
NFP.
Fiji Labour
Like
Party.
was there 5 or
Oh.
6 kind of before?
Yeah, it was like what? Below 10.
Below 10?
Yeah.
And so these are 14 new
These
ones.
are 14 new ones.
And it'll be like including those parties. People Alliance, Sodelpa, Fiji. Oh, we got Fiji first. Fijian first. Fijian first.
Fijian First. Mio. Fijian First Party.
So, yeah, the problem with all of this is that like you just a lot of times like the bigger parties they'll get the vote, and then you end up taking away the votes from like the smaller guys who should have a seat.
Should have a seat, yeah.
And so the big guys, the Sodelpas, the Fijian First, or whoever they're going to be, like they'll still have their big votes, and then all of these smaller ones, like where in the past maybe one person, a small independent would get 5,000 votes. Now, because there's 14 new parties, maybe they'll only get like 300, and everybody will get 300, and then nobody gets a voice. And so I don't know how many parties are allowed to be registered in Fiji. I don't know if there's a law on that.
Limit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably not. I mean, in democracy, there shouldn't be, I guess. It just, to me, it's a sign of like disunity that nobody can find anybody who aligns with their beliefs, or like nobody can agree to disagree. So obviously,
Everybody's just pulling.
yeah, pulling and like having their own agenda, right? And so the power of agreeing to disagree is that you are able to find the things that you all can get done together and put all the other things as secondaries. But obviously everybody, or seems like a lot of people, aren't willing to work together with other people. And so the scary part, I guess, is that we go into this next election cycle and post-election cycle with a country that has a bunch of different parties and a bunch of people in the parliament who represent a bunch of different parties, and nothing gets done, and we just end up divided, like from a leadership perspective. But
Yeah,
I'm an idiot,
yeah.
so who knows?
I think so too. I just feel like it'll dissolve.
Yeah.
Spread out.
Spread everything out.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
votes and
Yeah. I don't think it's the best.
The best way is just two parties.
Yeah. I mean, in Canada you have a few different parties. I think you have 5 or 6. But again, like the two main ones are always the ones that are at the top, right? And so the more independence, just the more it takes away from anybody's opportunity to have any sort of a say, because the votes just get spread out. Yeah, like personally, like I'd way rather run for Minister of Agriculture for Sadelpa or Fijian First or whatever one of the big parties is, and become a minister of a ministry, I guess that's what they call it in Fiji, or a department, and have like a lot and be effective, rather than to be like try to start my own party and then end up with just a seat and then just having like a vote or an opinion. But like I feel like when you're a minister of one of the departments, you can actually like affect change. So I feel like
Make change.
I feel like it'd be a lot more like obviously an option for Bis Mode was whose real name I guess is Apsai. For an option for him would have been to join another party and call all of his followers to vote for him as Minister of Forestry or Minister of, climate change reduction or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But obviously that's not what he thought was the best thing to do. So we will see.
Yeah, what's interesting is we'll see the what's the word? The what's it? Agenda? No, another word. What are they running for? What do they call the things? The points of like what are the changes that they want to bring?
Right. Yeah, I guess their agenda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the agenda.
yeah.
The agenda. Right.
And
That's
see
what
how much of it is
interesting to see.
propaganda
Yeah.
or actual like reality. Yeah.
And that's one thing I'm like interested to see in these 14 parties.
Yeah, I think leading up to this, we'll probably have some politicians on the podcast and interview some people who are in leadership in Fiji just to ask them questions. That'd be good. And I think it'd be helpful for people to be able to understand more about all these different parties.
Exactly.
And so, yeah, maybe get Beast in here and sit down with him, do a live with him, and get Rambuka and some other people, because I think a lot of people are wondering, what people are up to, what's been going on. So you see how much of like in America, like with Trump, like how involved he is in the media, like how many how many podcasts he did leading up to the election, how much he, how much he does these media releases, and like he has all the journalists in in the Oval Office with him and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that he's the dreamboat or he's like a guy that I align with 100%, but the amount of attention that he gives to sharing and being open about his agenda, like nobody wonders what Trump's up to. And like, I actually think Krambuka is probably a good guy. But people are just like, I don't really know what he's doing. Like all the posts from the ministers are when they're like traveling overseas. And what I hear from people is like, well, like when are you going to start taking care of things at home?
Right.
Because if all we see is just like you going to the national climate, you know, like the international climate reduction and women's equality and violence against Israel convention, it's like that doesn't feel like you're doing much for Fiji. But a lot of people will post about going here and there. But it'd be nice to hear, like, I just think the media teams could do a better job of telling people what's going on. Yeah.
Well, it is the media team that they control.
It's just funny. It's funny to me, like how social media is such a big thing, and then people, whether you're a business, whether you're a church, whether you're a politician, you kind of like look at it as like a secondary thing, and it's like there's literally no better way to get the word out there about like what you're up to, or like what your business does, or like what time your church is, or like what your church is doing this week, or what you're going to America for, and like who you're meeting with, than to do it through social media. It's just, it's just, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I guess.
I wonder if like when
Just take for example like Trump, yeah. When he got new and more votes through, that was I heard it in one of the podcasts. Because of his involvement in podcasts and all those, just sitting casually and just being a man talking, and then he just lets a little bit of what he's doing,
Right.
talk about
yeah,
in the
yeah,
podcast.
right.
It had more wider like reach than the campaign that he was doing.
Right, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like people like get it, understood him through
Yeah.
the podcast. Like, oh, okay, now I get what he's doing and what he's trying to do and all these things. And yeah.
Well, because the power of like doing, say, a podcast or doing something with somebody on social media is that people are tuning in and following that person because they already like that person. So if, say, somebody who was really hated, like, say, I don't know, somebody in Fiji that a lot of people didn't like came on our podcast, but they really liked us, you probably have more of an open heart to hear what that person had to say.
Right.
And so I think that is the power of podcasting. And like everybody was hoping that Kamala Harris was going to go on Joe Rogan so that like we could hear like her as an actual person instead of like her with, avoiding the media, not saying anything, and like just like reading off of a teleprompter. But it never happened. And we all could relate with the other guy.
Definitely. Yo.
Talo.
Talamanda.
Any questions?
No. I got some points for you on the.
Oh, okay. In the document.
Yeah.
Oh, the new Vinaka campaign.
Lola Bina Beta. This is us from Namalawai. Namalawai Nandi. Great fan of videos, looking up to hearing more from you.
Hey.
Loma.
Thank you guys.
To your
Who is that?
Ultimate crew. Beta.
Veta. Tu Veta.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Like, yeah, we just do this because we want to spend time with you guys and hang out and talk about some things that are important to us and maybe important to Fiji. Half the time we're running our mouths and having fun. So,
Watson's asking. Sa wakaraun dua na wati kapitan ini timi.
yeah. Maybe Hibiscus Festival.
Yeah. Ansin kau.
Pella.
Hamza, Bula. Welcome home, Hamza.
Oh, thank you, Hamza. Hey, I messaged Jagat today. I didn't get a response from him. Let's finish Tractor Tales. Me and Tui, we want to get that done. So let me know what you want to do, because I want to do it. not just to get it done, but because like we got to drop some knowledge on these fools about the farm track stuff. So hit me up. Let's do some stuff. It's time. It's been just like after Christmas and stuff. I'm ready to make some more content on the farm and do some more stuff with Hamza. It's just been a while. It's been a busy like year, you know, bro. Like it's just been, yeah. It's time to get back to making some more content together, dude. Yeah.
This guy, I think he's your uncle. Bulareta nih, my bad, we didn't get to catch up again before we head back to the US. Ito nga birasinga.
Who is it?
Usenio Aquila.
Oh yes, yeah, yeah. He used to be the Fiji soccer rep.
Longay Vau.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Just look up his name on just Google him. He's the famous Usenio Longaibao. Fiji soccer rep, Lambasa soccer rep, and now he coaches football for a university in the States now.
no way.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
I think he went and trained he did some training or coaching program at Liverpool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like he's the real deal. The real deal.
He's from here,
Yeah.
this village.
He's like white-haired Roy Krishna. Dude, he's got such a cool look. I'm like, man, if my hair goes white, I hope it goes white like that. Dude, seriously, man.
Yeah, I
He
can
looks-
see that.
It's like it's like pure white. See, he's like, check the fit. When I saw him, I was like, man. You know, some people like they slowly go gray, right? For him, it's like, it's almost like just for men. It's so perfect. you know?
Like Targaryen.
Yeah, actually,
yeah.
really. Yeah, he's like a black Targaryen.
Black Targaryen.
Yeah.
Hey. Let's talk about the Moana Pacifica boy and how they performing.
Man.
You know?
So, for those of you who don't know, there's a rugby competition, a club rugby competition in the South Pacific called Super Rugby. And is it the two newest teams, the Kundrua and the Moana Pacifica? Yeah. So we now have our own team called the Fijian Rua. And Moana Pacifica is the other newest team. And they're represented mainly from Tonga and Samoa, and I think some from New Zealand. And so it's just a team that I never really cheered for in the past. I just like kind of didn't do much for me. I don't know why.
When it started, eh?
Yeah, when it started. But like in this year, like their media team just freaking ramped it up so hard, and they're just killing it. Like their media team is crushing right now, and I can say now, like, my second favorite team, from a team that like I didn't really. It wasn't that I didn't like them. I just didn't really have an opinion. It was like, you know, somebody asks you a question, you're like, no opinion. That's kind of how I was about Moana Pacifica.
No comment.
No comment. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what. It wasn't because I didn't care, or because it wasn't because I didn't like them. It was just because I didn't care. But what is the record now?
The standing. What is the
Standing.
Pacifica
I bet they've moved up.
standings. They're in 8th now. So they've won 3, lost 4. Fijian Rua won 1, lost 6. And so, Reds are in 3rd now.
Yeah, look,
So,
Chiefs went up.
yeah, anyways, what happened, it's actually a genius move. So if you kind of peel back the layers of the onion on what Moana Pacifica did, like they started off, and then they hired Tana Umanga as their coach. And everybody's like, oh, cool, Tana Umanga, like one of the most famous All Blacks of all time. And just so memorable because I always like, when I think of Tana Umanga, I think of Ma'anonu. and just like the dreadlocks, playing in the centers or playing in the backs.
Manun,
Toulouse.
Toulouse or Toulon? Toulon.
Toulon, yeah.
At 41 years old.
Yeah.
And they just come back,
Yeah.
play again.
So Ma'anonu, a guy who played for the All Blacks, still playing club rugby. And I saw a cool post there's a kid that he was playing in the back line with who was 5 years old when Ma'anonu played his first game with All Blacks. No, he was born. He was born when
Manon started.
he was 5 days old when Ma'anonu played his first game with All Blacks.
And now
And now they're playing on the same team together. So that just shows you how long Ma'anonu's been playing for.
It's fit, eh?
Yeah, super. Yeah.
And this, the Moana team, there's one guy from England too, eh?
Is there?
Yeah.
Yeah, the captain.
Or the white guy?
Yeah, the white
Yeah. And so they hired Tanu Umanga as the coach. Then they brought in Ardi Savea, who is one of the more famous All Blacks right now, captain of the All Blacks national team from New Zealand. And then they kind of rode that wave and started going real hard in. It was pretty cool because, like, I was over it. I was like, hey, enough Ardi Savea, like, posts and all this stuff. But then they just morphed it into their natural content and started making really good content for the team. And now Ardi Savea is hardly in any posts, but you're kind of like starting to bond with the team through the social media. I think they did a really good job.
Yeah, me too. I started following them when their social media was improving and
Yeah.
all those
Yeah.
cool videos, photos. Like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
it just grabs your attention.
Yeah, it
and
does.
Now you want to be a follower.
Yeah.
Yeah, and love the team.
Yeah.
I love the chant they used to.
Yes,
always
in the
do.
after the game. Yeah. Drua, please, you should at no charge. And like, I'm not, whatever. You should just let us come into the locker room and come to 1 week of training. Let us do like a lead up, like every day for 7 days leading up to like the game. And we can just see like what kind of traction we get with that. Like do like a little 10-minute vlog each day leading up, telling some stories, following the training, obviously not giving off any like behind the scenes like secret information. But I think it would be really cool for the Ndrua to like show kind of just a bit more of like the characters behind the team.
Oh, yeah.
And to like follow the team like for a week. Dude, that'd be so sick.
Like 1 week, a story of one of the players.
Like just follow him. Oh.
Game day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have those special where you can mic them up, or just this mic and just tape it when they're playing in the ground.
Yeah.
They did that once. I think I saw it with one Pacifica.
Oh,
They
okay.
mic the white dude up
Yeah, you could.
and then just like recording his audio running around.
Yeah, you could.
That would be.
Yeah, that'd be sick. And we've talked about this a lot. If you guys are hearing this for the first time, it's not the first time we've discussed this. And so it will happen one day where we do something with somebody in rugby in Fiji. And so it's just a matter of lining it all up. I've already had conversations with some people in the Sevens management and stuff like that. And so, but I think the Ndrua would really benefit from it. Just following the boys to the weight room trainings, they're like watching their watching the games back, doing their media day, going for their meals, going back home, how they recover, showing where they came from, like going back to like their mom and their dad. Yeah, it wouldn't even be that difficult. It'd be such an easy story to tell. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Pella's asking, what do you think of having non-Fijian players getting contract for the Ndrua, like special key positions?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we have a non-Fijian coach. We should have non-Fijian players. Like, the thing that's always to our disadvantage, I guess, is like the funding, right? And so the more that we win, the more that sponsors will want to come on board, which means that we will attract better talent. And so I think like we should open it up to the best players. I mean, like they're not national sides. It's club rugby. So I think there's rules for being on the Flying Fijians, but if it's coming to the Fijian Rua, then yeah, I would like it should be fair game. It should be like anything to win. That's what I think. And like I don't think that will decrease the the amount of like Fijians in the squad. I think you'll like I mean we already had foreign players playing in the Rua when we first started, and they're already gone, right? And so like it wouldn't even be something to worry about, I don't think. Because like a lot of these players, they want big money, and we don't do it for the money. We do it for the passion of the game, right? So, I mean, you see a lot of players, they get successful, and then they get contracts overseas, and they leave, right?
Yeah.
So, what do you think? No? Only Fijian?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Only Fijian and some Fijian from Canada. Come.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The boys.
The boys. Yeah.
Yeah, we got like the Fijian players that we have. Yeah, like they're all good players.
Yeah.
It's only the training.
Yeah. I just think like I've played rugby in a couple different places in the world, and so like I've played in England, played in Canada, played a tiny little bit in Fiji, and then I've played with people from different parts of the world, and so every like place has different strengths and weaknesses. And so what's cool about when you integrate players from different parts of the world is that like you start to adopt different ways of thinking or gameplay. And so where maybe we are plagued with with discipline and the free flowing game that can be a bit wild at times, sometimes if you bring somebody from England or you brought somebody from the USA where they play a very like structured rugby, that could be really helpful to have like a number 12 or 13 that was very, very structured.
Yeah.
That ran certain lines every time. It could be helpful. It could also not be helpful. I don't know. It just like in life, it's usually not good to surround yourself with all of one kind of person. And so if we're all Fijians, we'll all play just like Fijian rugby. And although it's great, it's never won us like a 15s World Cup. It's never won us a Super Rugby Championship. And so I think it is the best and it's the most fan favorite way to play the game of rugby is the Fijian way. But I think if we were to integrate some other styles, like it could help us to get to the championship part.
I want to propose Kroy to get a contract for them.
Yeah. What a boy.
Talo, what boy?
Sisa, bola. Bola kena ke sisa.
Like
Bola
the
solo someone.
first 5 weeks, you have to
Bullet
train
buddy.
yourself to be better at your position.
Yeah.
So then getting like people from outside. The one that you have right now, you just have to train them to be better at.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Like,
And maybe we just do that with coaches, right?
yeah.
I don't know. But sometimes it feels like if we had, so, like, I used to be in the front row. I used to play tight head prop. And played under a couple really good forwards coaches for years. And then One game played with, or had a guy come who lived, a Samoan guy who played in Japan. Then he came and helped coach us for a day. He gave me one tip that changed my scrummaging forever. And it was such a simple thing that probably every single tight head prop in the world knows. I just hadn't been exposed to the idea. And so sometimes bringing guys from other parts in the world, they can just have like one idea and it can totally change your game. And so actually what it was so as a tight head prop, you bind and your head goes in between the hooker and the other prop. And so your outside arm goes around their loose head, and it goes your arm goes over their loose head like this. So your arm is over here grabbing the jersey in the back. And so what he said was the most painful thing as a loose head is like when the tight head prop squeezes you. And so he said when you bind like this, pull down on the shoulder and squeeze your head in like that. And so you're like you're ripping their shoulder in and you're squeezing your head in. So you're like creating this huge amount of pressure like on their skull. And so they start thinking about that instead of pushing. And so it's like something very simple and like kind of schoolboy, probably rugby level information, but it was one of those things I was like, oh wow. And I tried it the one game and dominated. Yeah.
Talking about schoolboys, I was clipping that podcast today.
Yeah, with Junior.
Yeah, you and Siri.
Yeah.
And then he mentioned about how academic was important, like in like professional rugby,
Yep.
like other places apart from Fiji.
Right.
Because I remember back in the day when I was in high school, I'd see somebody who's not schooling or anything, they would join in second term and they just join to play.
Play?
rugby.
Really?
Yeah. Uniform, everything they sponsored.
Oh yeah.
Just to come and join and play.
I think this Suva was like that.
With who? Or with what school team?
The Ratunavula
Really?
school, the school in Nandi. He just came in second term to play for the under 18.
Dude, talk about an impact.
The principal went straight to his dad and asked for him to come and play. So he's just gonna attend like vocational,
Right.
vocational,
Right.
to play for the Ratunavula under 18 team.
Missy.
Yeah,
Poor
I was
people.
surprised you just finding that out, yeah? I
Yeah.
didn't know that was a thing.
No. Yeah.
I don't know if it's still.
Well, because I
they
can-
still do it today or.
Like sports is secondary, I guess, in most places. Like, it's a what do you say? Not an afterthought. It's like if you do good in school, then you get to play sports. Like it's not like you just get to play sports, no matter what your grades are or anything like that, right? Like you have to perform. And the whole point of having sports is to like push the kids to do better in school, right? Yeah.
They're talented in sports, so it's like, okay, if you want to play, pull up
Yeah, exactly.
academically.
What was that?
Yeah, watch a couple of movies, with the NFL, American football.
Have you? Yeah, Last Chance U. Have you watched that?
No.
Dude, watch that. That is such a good show. So it follows a couple of college football teams that aren't in the major, like they're not the top level teams. So it's JUCO, so it's junior college. So it's like where it follows a team where like a lot of the players were high level football, like university full ride scholarships, and then they hit a girl, they got drunk at a party and did something stupid. And so they're like all like college dropouts from like high level university and they play for this lower university. And so it just follows their whole season. Last Chance U. It's such a good show. And it follows this like their coach and all this kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like Dan Carter too, eh?
What?
Coach Carter.
Oh, Coach Carter, yeah. Dan Carter.
Dan
Yeah.
Carter. Coach Carter.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
What bring Dan Carter? Oh, the
There was a post.
no, who's the Singapore Sevens?
Yeah.
Who's the player of the match?
Nantuval.
Nanduval.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. There's a post of him in it recently.
And then Dan Carter gave his
The
player of the match.
man of the match.
Man of the match.
And he was like,
Dan Carter.
the man.
He said it, like it's recorded.
Yeah,
Really?
You can hear it on the.
That's so
TV.
funny. That's so
He
funny.
was just starstruck there. He was like, "Ooh, Dan Carter." And Dan was just laughing.
And so was that his choice? He picked who was the man of the match?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah. I just saw the clip of that interview at the end. Yeah.
Coach Carter, Samuel Jackson.
Yep.
Samuel Jackson.
Yep.
She's just saying, stream looking sick nowadays. Thank you guys for investing into your content creation. Those of us who notice appreciate it.
What is the first line?
Stream looking sick nowadays.
Oh, really? Thank you. We appreciate it. Yeah, it's pretty bare bones actually. But we do what we can with what we got. It will get better. It just good things take time. And I don't just say that because it's a cliche. It's actually like, you know, so you come and do a live in the middle of nowhere in northern Fiji. Like, not you. I'm just saying, it takes a long time to do something well, and so part of that was moving here. Then part of it was upgrading phones. Then part of it is finding a good streaming platform. Part of it's getting Starlink, and then part of it's having good lighting, and then it'll evolve so that we can actually integrate like videos that you guys can watch the stuff that we're watching and all that kind of stuff. And then we'll get a sign from Tony in the background on the mat. But at the moment, I cannot afford that sign. So, but it's coming one day. Yeah. What's up, homie? It's Tony.
What's up, homie? It's Tony.
No? Thank you. Okay.
So it was the speed.
Yeah,
He's
right.
getting
Yeah.
internet sensational right now.
He is.
bro.
Yeah, he is. So the minimum wage has gone up, eh? To
Yeah.
$5.
Yeah.
Minister for Employment stresses that the ministry will continue with its enforcement and compliance to ensure that the minimum wage implementation is complied with by all employers. So, yeah, I mean,
We're already.
it's pretty. It doesn't really affect us because, like, we all make more than that, anyways. But
Well, we're already in the $5 an hour.
yeah,
Like with us, eh?
yeah, exactly. So it doesn't really affect us that much, or like the coffee shop or anything like that. But yeah, I guess these things, wages go up and then prices go up. So it's always like I guess it's just to account for inflation. And so everything will just cost more, that's all. But as long as you're okay with that, then that's just what it is.
Yeah.
You can't, like I don't pay more as an employer or for wages and then not increase my costs. So everything just will go up a little bit. Yep. Yes. Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll end it there. So, yeah, we're just getting back into the swing of things. For those of you who don't know, we just got back from Canada last Friday, and then we got stuck into that live on the mat last Friday. And so, yeah, it's always a bit of it's rough getting back into it. just because getting our heads wrapped around everything that's going on here. And so getting back into the swing of things with the farm and the coffee shop and making content and all that kind of stuff. And so thank you guys for your support. And yeah, if you guys know of somebody that would want to, do the live, participate in the live or do a podcast or something with us, and just let us know. We're creating this platform where we've done what we've done so that we can build a brand that attracts like-minded people, and so that we can create more jobs. And so we just love having really good conversations. And there's a lot of people who aren't willing to share secrets but I think that the sharing of good ideas can change the world. And so if you guys think that there's somebody that would be interested in doing this with us, or a business that might benefit from being part of the show, then just let us know. Yeah.
If you had to have somebody in the podcast in Fiji, like somebody you would want to sit down with and talk, who would it be?
They have to be, it has to be a Fijian.
Or somebody in Fiji. That's not Fijian. I'll give you two questions.
Yeah.
Somebody in Fiji or somebody in the world?
Oh, somebody in the world.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Somebody in Fiji or somebody in the
Oh.
world? And why?
Why? That is a really good question. I love business, so it'd be really hard not to want to sit down with Rob Crum. That would be a really fun one. Yeah. When it comes to Fijians. Yeah. And so, yeah, that'd be fun.
Why?
No, it's because I think he's got such a passion for business and doing it ethically and doing it in Fiji, despite not needing to do it in Fiji, but doing it in like a big way. And also, like, he's been undercover for so long, and so I think it's time to bring him out of the shadows
Pick his brain.
and expose him. Yeah, in the world? Ooh. You guys have to give me a couple seconds of this. In the world. Ooh. Right now, it might be... I don't know. It might be Philip Anthony Mitchell from 2819 Church. I think it might be him. Yeah, I was thinking of people who are like really good conversationalists. Shoot, I wish I would have been more prepared for this question now that you asked me. Best conversation. Yeah.
Agora isso da vídeo. Você entende com Mogonol, né?
Mogonwal. On WhatsApp.
He was performing and someone did a sit techniques something.
Oh.
And he just get off the stage and walk out of the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he left Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, SNL. Yeah, he walked out of SNL. That's right. Yeah. It'd be Philip Anthony Smith, Chris Willix, or Alex Hormozy. Those would be my top three, I think. Right now. Yeah. Yeah, you can go check out Hormozy and Chris Willix on their podcast. Just great conversationalists. People that would ask you questions that would make you think about your life. And I love that kind of stuff. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much for joining us today. like I said, if you guys think that there's a business or something that should be, or a person that we should get on the live, then please just like let us know. If you are doing something inspiring, we've actually had one person on here who was doing something awesome. Remember on their farm? And they're building houses and stuff like that to send to Fiji. We did it like a year or more ago.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember his name now, but that was cool. Just successful Fijians, from around the world. Then do let us know. In the meantime, thank you guys for joining. This is On the Mat, and my name is Jonathan. This is Koroi, and then behind the camera we have Tui. So
Manda.
we will see you guys again on Friday. Naka.
Okay,